Once the criminal realizes that the guard was not there to look after him, then definitely the criminal would run from the jail. It was the thought of one of the ministers during the discussion, and even the king also agreed with the opinions of all the ministers in the court. And after the decision, as per the decision, the guard was suspended. And when the time for the criminal came for his lunch, he saw the guard who was supposed to bring the meal for the criminal. When the criminal came to know that there was no guard who was supposed to look after him, then he did not feel much. He himself opened the door of the jail and went to the royal kitchen of the palace. And after going there, he brought back the food. And once he came inside the room or the jail, he just locked the door. It started happening the same for many days. And once again, the plan of all ministers, including the king, was in vain. They started discussing once again what they have to do. And when the meeting took place once again, the ministers said that all right, we will directly tell him to run away from the jail. We are no longer willing to keep him inside the jail. We don't want to make any kind of expenditure on him. Thereafter, he may run. Like this, the ministers in the court discussed. And now, the judicial minister orders the soldiers to bring the criminal before him. And when the criminal came in front of the judicial minister, the minister said, "Oh man, why didn't you run away when we suspended the guard who was supposed to look after you? It was the best opportunity we had given you. Why don't you want to run away from the jail? What was the reason actually?" Like this, when the minister asked, then in the slow manner, in a very convincing manner, the criminal tries to tell the reasons why actually he had not wanted to run away from the jail. The criminal says, "All right, if you say that you do not mind if I run away from the jail, I am not ready to run. I don't want to run away from the jail because if I run away from the jail, where should I go? What place can I find to live in? When you had given me death punishment after considering me as a murderer, I did not object. I didn't oppose it. I was completely ready to undergo that kind of punishment. But you did not do that. You did not give me death sentence. And when you did not give, did I oppose that? I obeyed it. And when you converted death sentence into life imprisonment, then also I did not oppose anything or anyone or any kind of judgment. I was ready to take that kind of punishment also. After a year, you suddenly dismissed the guard who used to look after me and bring meals to me. Then also I did not worry much. I myself went to the royal kitchen of the palace and brought my food every day. But now you are saying me to run away from the jail. That doesn't happen. If I go now to the world, to the outer world, all the people will oppose me. They turn their backs on me. Not even a single person is going to be ready to give any kind of employment. So I don't want to go running away from the child. Hence, I want to tell you one point here. I don't want to run away from here. When the criminal said in a very, very strong manner to the judicial minister, once again, the ministers in the court did not have any other way to send the criminal out of the jail. So now, once again, the prince of the kingdom called for a meeting. All the ministers began discussing, and finally, they decided to give money every year to the criminal, and the total amount the government was supposed to give to the criminal was around 600 francs. When this kind of decision was told to the criminal agreed with the point of the ministers, and he made certain conditions before leaving the prison of the palace. He told that if at all you keep the promise, or as long as you keep the promise, I will be going or remaining outside the palace. Once you break your own promise, then I will have to come once again. Every year I will come to collect the money. Now, as advance money, I am going to take 1/3 of the total amount. And when the criminal said all these words, the ministers were supposed to agree with the point of the criminal, and they gave the money. When the criminal received 200 francs initially by the government, then he went to a particular place, that is frontier part of the kingdom. There he bought a bit of land where he started market gardening, and thereafter he started gaining more and more profit. Every year, whenever the time of collecting the money annually comes for the criminal, he used to go to the palace and he used to collect it. And while returning, as most of the citizens of the kingdom used to do, that is, used to gamble, used to visit the gambling house. Even the criminal used to go there. He also was playing for a certain time. He used to lose sometimes and he used to win some other times. But either he used to win or he used to lose, it was not much money. He used to pay only 2 francs or maximum 4 francs. So he started leading his life more comfortably than ever before. After telling the story so far, in the last paragraph, the author says that the criminal committed the murder in the kingdom called Monaco. It was his luck that he escaped death sentence, even life imprisonment too. The reasons behind that kind of condition of the country was the inefficiency of officers and even the soldiers who were unable to find certain other ways to kill the criminal, and even the king was not ready to make expense on this process. This doesn't happen in any other kingdom or in any other countries which are bigger than Monaco. If at all any murder happens in some other countries, there will not be any kind of excuse for the criminal. Hence, the author says that since the incident had happened only in Monaco, the murderer escaped the punishment. In an ironical manner, the author wants to say these words finally. I will try to analyze the whole lesson in my next video.